Good afternoon, students. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
See, last time we have started with 8086 assembly language programming, and we have started with some of the instructions. I'll just go back to previous slides. This part we have completed. The first group of instructions, that are data transfer instructions, we completed, wherein we have seen move, push instruction, pop, exchange, in, out. Some are there for loading the effective address or taking some data from the memory location. So all this part we have seen in the last lecture. Then we started with data manipulation, which covers majorly the arithmetic, logic instructions, and some kind of bit manipulation instructions also. Some instructions which are coming here in shift and rotate operation also. So manipulation instruction basically change or process some data in your locations, or it can be in your register operands. This part we have seen last time, if you remember, the arithmetic instructions for addition, subtraction, increment by 1, decrement by 1, then multiplication, division, sign multiplication, and sign division, which comes like IMUL and IDIV. And then we have gone for the TASM software, and we have implemented simple program for 8-bit addition. So that part we have seen. Today we will start with the remaining part of instruction and one or two practicals or programs in TASM software. So see, the next part of instruction in your arithmetic instructions are, the first is negate, NEG. So this negate instruction, what this instruction will do, it will just convert your destination operand into 2's complement form. So it takes the 2's complement of your destination operand. Like when I'm writing this example, NEG and AL. So what will happen? The AL will have some of the data, 8-bit data, and after negate instruction, you can find the answer will be the 2's complement of AL will be placed inside AL now, because your destination only one operand is there. So finally you are going to get the operated data, like after 2's complement only answer you can see there. Next instruction you have in the category for arithmetic is comparison, CMP. The name of instruction is CMP, and when the comparison is there, I need to give two operands there. So one is destination and second is source. How I can write this instruction? You can see the column, for example, CMP, BH, and CL. So what this instruction will do? Here it is going to compare these two operands, BH and CL. How comparison takes place? Comparison is done by subtracting source from destination. Source from destination. So what will happen? Comparison takes place for BH and CL. So operation conducted is BH minus CL. So what will happen in this? After subtraction, if this both the operands are having same data, answer you are going to get will be 0. That means your 0 flag is set. So when I'm going to use this compare instruction, what happens? None of the operands are changed. Like BH and CL content, if I have 05 and 05 number in both BH and CL, after comparison also my data is not going to change anywhere, because it is not changing the data. But how comparison takes place? It will compare the two data things, two operands, whether they are equal or not by subtraction method. So this subtraction is carried out and your 0 flag will get affected from the flag register. So what is going to happen? Source minus, destination minus source. BH minus CL. If BH and CL contains both the same data inside them, then answer will be 0 flag is set. So you can say that after comparison, I may say that BH and CL are exactly equal. If not, अगर ये दोनों का कंटेंट 0.5 है, then only you will get 0 flag set. But if not, what will happen? One of the operand will be greater than other. So depending on which is greater than other, your other two flags are going to be set here. How it sets, I'll just show you with another, this one. Just a minute. This is very important instruction in your 2-3 practicals or examples. You are going to use that. See what happens when I'm going to write instruction CMP and I'm writing any two operands there. For example, I'm writing AH comma BH. Take any two things. So what is going to happen? Subtraction takes place. AH minus BH. So it is going to operate like this. AH minus BH, it is going to form this operation. So this operation will give you, if both are equal, it is going to give you either 0 answer. If any one of them is greater, means what? If your source is greater than destination, what will happen? Carry will be set. Because we are going to apply here source minus destination. How this operation takes place? This is source minus your destination operand. So this operation is carried out, this one, source minus destination. Now what is going to happen? If they both are equal, you are going to get 0 flag set as 1. That means out of your different bits, 0 flag will be set to 1. If not, if source is greater than destination. Wait a minute, I have written this ulta. This is subtracting source from destination. Destination minus source. My mistake. Okay. So in this case, what will happen if destination minus source, source is greater than destination? In that case, your borrow gets generated. So borrow is shown with carry flag only. So you are going to get carry flag set as 1. And if it is ulta condition, like the next condition will be your destination is greater than your source. It is not equal, but your destination is greater than source. So what will happen? No flag is going to set because it is a normal subtraction. Now just take the example for two numbers. If I have 10 and 10, AH and BH both are 10. Both numbers are 10. So in that case, after comparison, I will say that these two numbers are equal if 0 flag is set. In other case, say, see the second example. If I am going to have my source will be, for example, 15 and destination will be 10. Just take another example. So what will happen? 10 minus 15. Destination minus source. So this is the another condition that 15 is greater than 10. That means 10 minus 15 is going to generate borrow flag, and borrow flag means the carry flag is same, the same bit is used here as a borrow. So your C bit will be set to 1. If this is the next condition, like I have another content, I have the destination is equal to 15 number and source is equal to 10, the other condition. So what will happen in this case? My destination is greater than source. So 15 minus 10 will be, answer will be 5. So in that case, no flag is set. Neither Z flag will set or C flag will be set. So this will be the content. So when I'm going to use this compare instruction in the program, you are going to have a program for arranging the numbers in ascending order or arranging numbers in descending order. So what is going to happen in that? From your n numbers from your array, you are going to check every number with other, and whichever is greater or lesser, likewise you are going to rearrange the number. So that time you have to use this compare instruction. Comparison is carried out by destination and source. Two operands, they are subtracted. Source operand is subtracted from destination, and these are the different flag bits which are set. Either 0 flag is set, or carry, which is borrow flag, is set, or both flags will be 0. And then we are going to use our program control transfer instruction, which are coming under jump category, to check whether any of the flag bit is set to 1 or not. And then we will check the answer and write the respective instructions in the program for the same one. Got it? Understood? Any doubts in this? Please ask, because this is very important instruction. Now this comparison is just carried out by subtraction. Neither of your operands contents are going to change. Like the content of AH and BH will be 10 or 12 or 15, whichever number is there, it is not going to change at all. Understood this instruction? Comparison. Compare source and destination. If anybody has doubt, please ask, else I will go for next instruction in the instruction set. See now, after comparison, we have the next instruction in the instruction set. You can afterwards see on the slides. CBW. CBW is known as convert byte to word. This is convert sign byte to sign word. B and W का मतलब है byte to word, and we are considering sign byte to sign word. So what happens in this instruction? When you apply this instruction, the content of your any register, like this is normally used with your accumulator register by default. So when I'm going to apply this instruction, I'm going to get sign extension of it. What is the meaning of this? I'll just show you an example. If originally I have the content in AX register, like this is 0000, AH part I am copying as a 0, and in AL part I am putting some of the data. Any data you can assume there. For example, this is my example. I hope you all are understanding this, what I am writing. You can see this clearly. The first part here I have is AH, and then this is my next part is AL. Together it is going to form my AX register. First 8 bits are for AH part, higher byte of your accumulator, and then next 8 are for your lower byte of your accumulator. So if these are my contents of AX register, and when I will write instruction CBW, and then if I am going to check what will be the content of my AX, so AX is going to get this data. This is going. This instruction is going to copy this sign bit. Now in this AL, MSB bit is 1. So this 1 bit is copied to all the bits of AH. Answer I am going to get is this 1111. Again 4 times 1, and my AL part will remain as it is. So this is known as sign extension of AL. This part is going to get changed. From where this 1 has come, this is the 1, MSB of your AL. So it is going to copy the sign of AL to all the bits of your AH register. This is your instruction. Convert byte to word. This is convert sign byte to sign word. You can see, you will get the results like this. You can apply all these instructions even in the TASM and see what is the output you are going to get there. Got this? This is your CBW instruction. Similarly, the next instruction in the instruction set you have is CWD. What is the meaning of this? W is word and D is double word. So this instruction is convert sign word to sign double word. So what will happen in this? Now I'm saying word and double word. So that means I have to take one more register to write this instruction. So how it is going to work? See the example now. Initially, if I have something in AX register like this, you can see the screen. Initially, I have some content in AX register, and with this, it is going to use DX register also, because we are going to require here double word. So which is possible with one more register here. So you can see clearly, initially in the AX register, I have some data like this, the highlighted one on the screen. At the same time, my DX register will be getting some content like this. Initially, I'm considering everything is 0000. And now when I'm going to apply the instruction CWD, the answer that I'm going to get will be like this. A will remain as it is. This was our original A. You can see this is the AX register. And here also AX will remain the same one. No change in AX register. But what will be the change in DX is DX will now take the sign bit of AX. So it will take all 111. Sorry. Got it? What we are doing? This is conversion from sign word to sign double word. When double word is required, always it takes with the pairing of AX and DX register. AX is your accumulator, the sign bit of accumulator, the MSB of accumulator here in this case is 1. So this 1 will get copied to all the bits of DX register when I'm going to apply CWD instruction. So answer you will be getting will be this one at the end of this instruction. Okay, this is your conversion from sign word to sign double word. These two instructions normally in the paper ask for theory question, one mark. Explain this instruction. So you can take any one example like this and write down what will be the result after this instructions execution. Got this? This is CBW and CWD. Okay. Now we'll go for next instruction in the instruction set. Now next few instructions are there. I'll just stop this and show you first PPTs. And then we will go for some of the programs today. Okay. See these two just now we have seen. This is CBW and CWD. Let me just take a pointer. Okay. These two instructions just now we have seen. This is CBW, convert sign byte to sign word. CWD, convert sign word to sign double word. These two. Next instruction in the sequence are for your all the arithmetic instructions regarding your addition, subtraction, and multiplication, division. So when I'm going to apply, we have seen in the last practical that all the data is considered here in hexadecimal format. Sometimes I want my answer in the BCD format. So I want my answer of addition or subtraction in the BCD format. So that time we can use this additional instruction after our addition and subtraction. These are our instruction. The first one is DAA. DAA stands for decimal adjust accumulator after addition. So this decimal adjust AL after your BCD addition. I'll show you the example. You will understand it clearly. How to write this instruction? Only DAA will be written. By default, please remember this. By default, this instruction works only on AL part of accumulator. So at a time, it will just work on 8-bit data, that is AL part of your accumulator. So I'm just going to write instruction DAA. I no need to write any operand here. Implicitly, it will consider it is accumulator AL part. Similarly, I have instruction DAS. This is decimal adjust after subtraction. Similar to addition, after subtraction, if I want my result back in the BCD value, I can use this instruction. Again, it is going to work only on AL, so I'm going to write only instruction DAS, decimal adjust accumulator after subtraction. Next two instructions are for ASCII value. You know, for all the digits or all the alphabets, we have ASCII values inside. So when I'm going to operate on any data in the ASCII value format for addition and subtraction, I can use these two instructions. For addition, I can go for AAA. This is a sky adjustment for addition. For subtraction, I will use AAS instruction. This is for subtraction. Next two are for your multiplication and division. For multiplication, your instruction is AAM. This is adjustment of accumulator for multiplication after multiply. BCD adjustment after multiply. Again, it works only on accumulator, so it will just take your AAM here. And last instruction you have is AAD. This is binary adjustment before division. This is the only instruction which is applied before your operation, before your arithmetic operation. So this is adjustment for before division, AAD. Just see this instruction AAM, AAD, and on the previous slide we have these four: DAA, DAS, AAA, and AAS. How this instruction works, I'll show you the examples here. I'll stop sharing this and I'll share another screen. I hope this word screen is visible and understandable for you, because on the board I am finding it difficult to adjust the area actually. If it is visible properly to you, then please give your feedback on this. Otherwise, I have to go for board again. So whichever is comfortable, please tell me.
Ma'am, word.
Okay, na? Shubham is saying
Yes.
board is okay. Okay. Here the thing is that I can increase the font somewhere. I can zoom also. That's why I thought it is preferable. Fine. Just see now the instructions that we have seen. From that first one we have seen is DAA instruction. Decimal adjust accumulator for addition or after addition. How this instruction works, I'll just give you some example. You will understand. Suppose I have one number in my AL register and I have my second number. You can take any register, general purpose register. I am just taking here these two registers. Okay, inside AL for 8-bit data I am considering 14 number. Inside CL I am considering 28 number. This is a random example. You may assume any 8-bit data. Now I'm going to write instruction like add AL comma CL. What will happen? 14 plus 28 will get added and its equivalent value for hexadecimal, its equivalent hexadecimal value you can see here in the answer. So after this addition, you are going to get final answer as inside AL, you will get some answer like 3C in this case. Why 3C? You can understand here. 4 plus 8 will be 12. 12's hexadecimal will be C. And 1 plus 2 is 3. So it is same one. So final answer I am going to get here is this one, 3C. But I am interested to get the decimal value. What I am interested is I should get value 42. Because this is 14 plus 28. I am interested to get this value. I hope you are understanding this. So what is going to happen in this case? Normal addition is going to give you your answer in hexadecimal, but our interest is we want the value in BCD format. So I am just going to write instruction DAA. DAA after my addition instruction. This highlighted part is just a comment. This is not the part of program. We are considering some data here. So I'm going to write DAA instruction. So what happens in DAA? DAA instruction will check your answer of AL. This instruction checks what is there in AL. For example, after addition, I'm getting 3C. So what happens in DAA instruction? DAA instruction checks for D0 to D3 bit. If these bits is greater than 9. You can see here D0 to D3. For example, this 3 and C. This you can imagine like this. It is starting from D7. Let me write here. Total 8 bits we have. This is your D7 bit. And likewise, this is for C, it will go for D0 bit. Right now, I'm just writing 3C, but this 3C you can imagine in terms of 0001. Okay. So what is going to happen in this case? It checks for your content of D0 to D3. In this case, you have this is D0 to D3 content. If it is greater than 9, then this DA instruction add 06 number to the content of AL register. It is going to add, I'll just write here, add this 06 to AL content, which is the case right now in this example. Now you can see 3C. It will add 06 into this so that you will get this answer 42. Other case can be, instead of this one, I'll just write here. Okay. The second case can be, instead of D0 to D3, you may go for the higher bits. So higher bits you have are, here are this one, D4 to D7. It can be the other case, that this can be greater than 0. In that case, it will add 60 to AL register. For example, instead of 3C, if you get some answer like A, and maybe I'm writing here some answer 3. Just one example. So instead of this D0 to D3, if I'm going to get D4 to D7, which is greater than 9, in that case, it will add 60 to AL. So that it is going to adjust the value of your hexadecimal to a normal BCD number. And finally, you will get the equivalent answer. The constraint for this instruction is it operates only on AL register. It cannot go for any other register. You have AH, BH and other general purpose registers, but it cannot go for that. It will operate by default on AL register only. This is for your decimal adjustment for getting your final answer as a BCD answer. We will see one program on this after completing these instructions and you will understand that in clear way. This is just for adjustment of your decimal value. Same to this, similar to this, you have for DAS. DAS stands for your decimal adjustment for subtraction. It works in the same way. Only thing is that instead of addition now, I will operate this after my subtraction instruction. So your hexadecimal value will get converted to normal BCD number once you operate this after your subtraction operation. Same to this, you have the next in the instruction is AAA. Adjustment of ASCII value for addition. So what happens in this is your numbers are considered in ASCII values instead of decimal and hexadecimal. It is going to consider in ASCII value, and then you will find your final answer for that. Same to this, you have AAS for subtraction, AAM for your multiplication. Same value you will get in unpacked BCD number. And last one is for your decimal is, AAD is for your division. So these are your some of the instructions just to get your normal values, hexadecimal values into your decimal answers. Some of these instructions now we are going to use in our practicals programs, and then live you can see the data on which it is going to operate, and then you can see how the answers you are going to get there. Okay. Now we will go for practical program. You open your TASM screen. I'll stop this. We'll see the example and you will get more understanding of this. You open your TASM software. I'm also opening and sharing my screen with you. Just a minute. Let me share it one more time. Okay, I guess my screen is visible to you and you have also opened your screen. So now open your editor. Fine, see now from our list, the first experiment is for BCD addition. First, we will see how to apply this on 8-bit numbers, and then you try one program for addition of 16-bit numbers, which is the exact practical title or aim of our experiment. So first, we will go for addition of 8-bit BCD numbers. Start with your assume. CS code, comma. Now I'm going to use here data segment. So I'm writing DS also. Okay. Now in the data segment, now I'm going to declare two numbers. So I'm writing data segment. If you remember last time's content, the same way we are following. My first number is N1. 8-bit addition I'm going for, so I'm writing DB type. And any random number you can assume I'm considering 05 here. Similarly, I'm going for another number N2. Again, it is of DB type. And again, you can assume any number for this. I'm considering 08 in this case. Then I want my answer, final answer. I'm declaring ANS variable DB. And I'm writing question mark here. This is also one way to declare the variable. This is, I'm just reserving the memory space of byte type. And I don't know what will be the answer, so I'm putting question mark there. This is the end of my data segment, so I'm writing data ends. And I'll start with my code segment. Anywhere, if anybody is getting doubt, please ask. Either you type in the chat box or you can unmute and ask. So we are starting here with the code segment. Putting my label start here. And now my first two instructions are just to initialize my data segment. So I'm writing move AX comma data and move BS comma AX. I hope everybody is understanding this. This is the same way we have done one or two practicals. So it is the same way. Now we should take our two numbers declared in the data segment inside the registers and then write instructions for that. So I'm writing move. First number I'm taking in AL, comma N1 here. Similarly, I'm taking my another number into BL register. You can take any other register also. I'm taking AL and BL. Then I'm writing instruction add AL comma BL. So it will add 5 plus 8. Answer will be 13. But for 13, it will convert it into hexadecimal and I'm going to get that answer, which I am not interested for. So I am writing instruction DAA, which is decimal adjust accumulator after addition. It will operate on AL and then I'm going to get my final result. So that I want to store in my answer variable. So I'm writing like this. Answer, I want to keep the content of AL there. That is the end of my program, but I want to go for calling my interrupt with value 4C. That is the end. So I'm first ending my code segment and I'm ending my main program. Everybody is with me? Any doubts in this program? Just see, follow the line by line code. The sequence is very important. What you are writing after the one instruction, that is desired one, then only you will get the answer. Like DAA, I cannot write first. It is operable after addition only. And it is operable on AL. So AL should get my final answer.
Whenever we want it to end itself, you have to use this move AH for CH and end.
Yes, correct. These two lines, last lines. These two lines. Highlighted one. Okay. Now you save your program. Go in the file. Save. Write any number or any variable, any file name that you want to give. I'm writing bcd add dot asm. Go to file, exit. It will come back to your DOSBox window. Go for first assembling. bcd add.asm. I'm writing my file name. You assemble your file with your file name. Once it is successful, I should go for linking. So I'm writing plink and only my file name, bcd add. And then debugging, cd bcd add. It will open my debugger window. Everybody is with me? You are also getting the same screens?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Ma'am,
Now, yeah. Yes.
hello, ma'am.
Yes, Prathamesh.
Ma'am, does the space and indentation matter in this?
No.
We
When you
can
are
type anywhere.
writing yes. While writing in the editor, it doesn't matter.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Now I'm going to run this program first by pressing F7. My data segment will get loaded. I can go and check my data segment. Click on the downside part. Right click. Go to data segment and value 000. I hope you can see on your screen. My screen is showing me my two values, 5 and 8, two numbers. I'm coming back to my original screen now. I'm running the remaining part of my program. First AL get
Ma'am,
loaded.
can you repeat again? Your screen is lagging.
Where you are right now? Which part I should start repeating?
What do we have
Please
to
tell
enter
me.
in go to? Go to one. Go to.
Acha, this one. Once you'll execute first two lines of code, move AX, comma data and move DX, comma AX, you can click on the downside part. Then right click, go for first option, go to. This option is giving you where exactly you want to go and in which segment you want to go. So I want to check my content. It is in data segment. So I'm writing DS colon 0000. Why I'm writing 000? Because in the program I can see it is showing me 00 is the location for my N1 operand. So I'm writing that and I'm pressing OK. So here you can see on, sorry, here you can see on my screen, I'm getting it. Yeah, these are my numbers. I just highlighted here with white color. And then go back to your original program and click F7. Now you can see my AL got loaded 05, BL got loaded 08. Then I'm pressing F7, it is going for addition. So 05 plus 08 is 13. 13 ka equivalent hexadecimal is 0D. This 0D I am getting here inside my AX register. AL part. And then I'm pressing F7 to get DAA so that I'm getting the 13 as my answer, which I'm moving to this location. You can see in the data segment, these are my two numbers and this is my answer. After DAA, I'm getting 13. Without DAA, I was getting 0D as my answer, hexadecimal value. All of you are getting this?
In my case, it's showing illegal command.
Yes, Sandeep?
I am doing the code and saving, and after that, doing the
You're
BCD.
typing wrong commands. You are typing wrong commands. That's why. You should write Tazang filename.asm. For T-Link and TD, write only file name. How many of you understood or got the output? Please type in the chat box. Let me see how many are getting it. Krishna Anurag. Shubham. Siddharth, Yash, Prathamesh. Mitesh, okay. How many of you did not understand and who all wanted that you have any doubt or I should repeat some part of it? Please unmute yourself and ask your doubts. This is most simplest program we have started with. Afterwards, so many operations of string and other arrays we are going to work with. So if you have not understood anything, please ask. Don't feel कि ये 5-6 लोगों को समझा और मुझे नहीं समझा है तो मैं शांत बैठूंगा या बैठूंगी. Don't do that. Those who just now replied yes, for them the next task is, this is 8-bit addition. Just think how I can go for 16-bit addition for this. Instead of this N1 and N2 as 0, 5 and 0, 8, which are 8-bit numbers in this example, you consider any two 16-bit numbers and apply this DAA instruction for that and try to write a program, which is the title in our experiment list. 16-bit BCD addition. Students, please ask your doubts or at least you reply that you have completed it. Else I will think that I am working with only these 7-8 students. Okay, Swaraj. Manish done, okay. Let me see the maximum reply. Prarthana, good. It won't take much time to type or reply in the chat box, we know.
Done, ma'am.
Very good. Others, I can see today in class we have 57 students. Those who completed, for them the task is next program. Write a program for addition of two 16-bit BCD numbers. Consider two 16-bit numbers. Let me see who can come up with a good or correct solution. Total 12 students reply I got in the chat box. Yes, one doubt is repeat the procedure after writing the code once. If you could note it down somewhere, for every practical you need that. You just don't follow blindly. First is after writing your program, your command is to first assemble the file. The command is tasm. Note it down. Tasm file name .asn. Once you type this and press enter, it will assemble your file. If you have any errors, it will show you error messages. If not, you can see right now on my screen, I'm getting none. No error. If this is done, you can go for next command is t-link and write down only file name. I repeat, only file name. Don't put extension. And press enter. If this is done, then go for last command td. T stands for TASM, D for debugging. td and write down file name and press enter key. It will open your debugger screen. And then you can run your program by pressing F7 key. You can see in the run option, F7 is there for trace into. What is the meaning of trace into? One by one, once we run the instruction, we could see the impact of instruction, execution of instruction by observing our all the register content, memory content of 8086. That's why we go with F7. And simultaneously go on observing the contents of register. Okay, complete now. Go for 16-bit addition. I'm expecting at least one or two correct solution for this, or maybe multiple. You can make change in the same program. Now I want 16-bit data, so I'm considering number N1 as 16-bit. And whichever number you would like to add here, you can add. I'm considering 1, 2, 3, 5. You assume any data, huh? These are my numbers. I'm trying to get the bigger number so that it will consider my. I could see the effect of this one. DAA instruction. It is up to you which numbers you want to take there. Now I should take, instead of AL, I should take AX and then PX. Shubham, done. Very good. Getting your final answer. Very good. Sorry, this answer should also be DW type. I forgot to change here. You please try yourself. Those who couldn't, please check my code.
Ma'am, add AX, comma BX.
No, it will not work. Then your answer is wrong, Shubham. It works, DAA instruction works only on AL register. You
Yes,
have to
ma'am. Yes.
consider 8 bits separately.
Ma'am, why didn't we give DW for N2 also?
Oh, yes, sorry, my mistake. Yeah, it is DW. Just see your students. Stop typing your code. Just see here what I'm trying to tell you. Then you can start working with your code. I'm declaring two 16-bit numbers. So I'm taking DW. Those who missed previous lectures, please pay attention. Declaring N1, one number 16-bit. N2, second number 16-bit. Answer 16-bit, putting question mark, just reserving the space. Initializing my data segment with first two lines. This part is done. Then my 16-bit number. So I'm loading my data, one number in AX, second in BX. Now you can see my numbers are 1235, 1895. Purposely I have taken this data because 5 plus 5 will be 10. 10 का A मिलना चाहिए. 9 plus 3 will be 12. तो 12 का मुझे C मिलना चाहिए. Like that I am getting the numbers here. A DA instruction, repeatedly I am telling this, it works only on AL register. So what I am doing, I am just going for addition of lower bits. Like 35 plus 95 add होगा. Add AL, BL में. I am applying DAA, so AL में मेरा number correctly आ जाएगा. This number I am going to keep safely in one of the register. I am taking CL. I am putting this number in CL. Then inside AL, I am loading AH part. AH will be 12. Now 12 plus BH is 18. So 12 plus 18 का addition होगा. But maybe in the previous addition, carry generated. I don't know. It may happen that carry will get generated. So I am using add with carry instruction, ADC. Because if carry is generated, it will consider that. If carry is not there, it will also consider that as a zero value. So there will not be any bad effect of using ADC instruction, add with carry. Then again I am applying DAA because in AL my answer is there. I want to get it converted to BCD number. Now AL ka answer I am putting in CH part. So all together CH and CL, that is CX register, will give me my answer. So I'm writing this here. CX register. Answer is equal to CX. I'm moving that. And end of my program. Just see the output of this program and then you try. I'm first saving my file. Observe my screen, please. Observe my screen. First I'll go for TASM. Then I'll go for T-Link. And then I'll go for TD. Here it is opening my screen. First F7, second F7. I'll go to data segment, check whether my correct numbers are loaded there. These are my numbers. You can see 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 8, 9, 5. Coming to my original screen now. First number I'm loading in AX. You can see my AX content 1, 2, 3, 5. BX 1895. I'm just adding AL and BL. So AL and BL addition, I'm getting answer CA. I hope you all are observing. You all are understanding this. Then I'm applying DAA. So DAA has converted it to CA was my answer. It is converted to 130. 30 and carry flag is set to 1. Then I'm going for my moving the number inside 30 inside CL part. Loading my AH content. Going for addition. Again DAA. Moving the answer into this one. And moving my final answer into DS. You can see this is my result. 3130. Getting this? You all are getting this? I'll stop this program. I'll go back to the screen. so that you can see the program there. This is the program. Now you check. See the code segment. Now you try. If you're getting any doubts, please ask. See, this assembly language is somehow different than your high level languages. So the understanding of this you can do with the help of your own interpretation, how you are writing the instructions one by one, why it is written, how your understanding goes for these instructions. Then only you will understand. Assembly language programs you cannot by heart. You have to have some logic for the program, and then only you can write down the instructions. And if you just observe the instructions one by one, it's quite easy to understand also. Normal understanding way, I could suggest you that in your notebook if you are trying, जो भी numbers आप assume कर रहे हो, instruction के बाद वो number लिख के देखो. Like here my first number. What was my first number in AX? 1235. So I'll write here 1235 in the AX. Then second number I'm having 1895. Then addition of AL and BL. So addition of AL and BL means 35 plus 95. ये आंसर आएगा यहाँ पे. Which was CA was the answer. Then it will apply DAA for that. तो DAA में CA का कन्वर्ट हो गया, कैरी फ्लैग इक्वल टू 1 सेट हो गया, और AL में आपके पास आ रहा है 30. So this was your observation. अगर आप पेन पेपर लेके करोगे तो भी आपको सेम ऑब्जर्वेशंस मिल सकते हैं, बट एटलीस्ट यू ट्राई स्टेप वाइज क्या वैल्यूज है. Similarly, go for interpretation of next instructions. CL, AL, मतलब CL में आप ये 30 मूव कर रहे हो. What is the error, Shubham? Tell me your error now. You can read the error and tell me. I will tell you what is the error. Undefined symbol ANS. तो ऊपर जाओ और ANS आपका डेटा सेगमेंट में डिक्लेयर किया है कि चेक करो. Open your editor file. Editor में जाके फाइल ओपन करो and check whether in the data segment you are declaring it or not. ये वाला पार्ट, दिस वन, यहाँ पे कुछ मिस्टेक होगा. स्पेलिंग चेक करो, स्पेलिंग DW लिखा है क्या वो भी चेक करो, वर्ड टाइप. Those who completed, please reply in the chat box. Now randomly I may ask anyone to show their screen. Those who completed this one, for them and for others also, I'm telling you the same. This is your experiment number, I guess we have completed 4, right? Yes, this is experiment number 5 in your list. Please listen to this now for submitting this experiment. Shubham, are you typing that is errors? But that 22 and these lines are what it is written? What is the error written? Just follow the program on the screen right now. You can see my program. That's what I'm telling you. Some spelling mistake or something is written by mistaken by you. You can observe my screen and check it once. If not, I will stop sharing and you share then. Do I stop sharing my screen, students? Is that fine if I stop sharing my screen? Okay, let me see the student screen now. If anybody is facing problem, please show your screens. Yes, those who are facing problems can share their screen. Scroll up. Just a minute, let me see. DW के बाद स्पेस रखना, आंसर DW एंड देन क्वेश्चन मार्क, स्पेस रखो वहां पे. Now you compile it. Done. You can stop sharing. Okay, fine, students, listen here. For this experiment to write in the journal or for submission, the first the things are same one, like you will add your name, roll number, your aim of experiment, the lab LO, lab outcome for this experiment, which is already mentioned there in your experiment list. You can follow the same one. And then you are going to write down the different instructions which are used in this program. I repeat, the number of instructions which are used in this program. Now, if you observe the program, which are the instructions you have used here? Please type your answer in the chat box. Which are the different instructions you have used here? One is DAA, okay? Move, correct. Next, add, ADC, correct. Then INT, correct. DB, DW. Yes, Anurag. Once you complete this, you can see the slides. I have already uploaded on Moodle. So these are your all assembler directives which are used. Like I'm using assume. Assume is the directive to tell assembler that these are the code words you are using for CS and DS. You write your program, open it and end it with ENDS. Simple END to end the main program. DB and DW to declare your variables. So first, what you will do, you will write down all the instructions used in the program. I'm saying write down, I'm not saying list. Write down का मतलब क्या है? Every instruction का declaration syntax you are supposed to write. Write down what is the use of that instruction, like move, or if I'm writing add. So I'll write down syntax add destination comma source. I will write down explanation of that instruction and I will write one example. For example, I'll write add AX comma BX. Similarly, whichever instructions you are finding in the program, you explain, write down all the instructions with declaration syntax and one example for each instruction. Then write down all the assembler directives used in the program. That also you write down with example. You can directly write down the example that you have used in the program. Your own example of the program you can write down. Then you will add the code of the program. And then output you can write down, like after addition, after subtraction, or whichever operation we are performing, what is the end result you are getting there, you can write down that. You can take the screenshot of the debugger window when your output is seen on the screen. I repeat, before you go for the last two lines, interrupt 21 का execution करने से पहले जब आप प्रोग्राम रन करते हो तो यू कैन टेक द स्क्रीनशॉट शोइंग द डेटा सेगमेंट का कंटेंट क्या है, रजिस्टर का कंटेंट क्या है, एंड देन यू कैन राइट डाउन द स्क्रीनशॉट्स देयर फॉर द आउटपुट ऑफ योर प्रोग्राम. यू कैन डायरेक्टली टेक द स्क्रीनशॉट, इट्स क्वाइट इजी, और उसको अच्छे से क्रॉप करके विच इज इन द रीडेबल फॉर्म यू कैन ऐड देयर एज अ आउटपुट ऑफ योर प्रोग्राम. एंड लास्ट इट विल गो फॉर कंक्लूजन ऑफ द प्रोग्राम. Got it? I repeat, your title, aim of the program, write down lab outcome, write down in the theory first all the instructions, then write down all assembler directives used in the program, then code of your program, and last one will be your output and conclusion. When you are writing code of the program, please add comments to all the instructions. Comment how to add, just put semicolon after your instruction and write down your own interpretation which will come there as a comment. Why I am writing this instruction? आपको क्या खुद को समझा है, you write down there. It will help you to study also. When your practical exam is there, तब आपको 1 महीने के बाद पता नहीं चलता ये इंस्ट्रक्शन मैंने क्यों लिखा था. तो एटलीस्ट दैट कमेंट्स विल हेल्प यू कि क्या पर्पस है आपके प्रोग्राम का, दैट ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस का, व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दैट ग्रुप of instructions. So please write down comments for all the instructions in your program. That will be completing your whole write-up for this one. Got it? Any doubts in this? Please ask now.
Ma'am, the code we have to write in the LaTeX, right? Not
हाँ,
not
copy
take the
paste,
SS.
copy paste कर दो ना, copy paste
Okay,
कर
ma'am.
दो. Yeah. See, I am finding that many students are not completing their documents in LaTeX. I don't know. At the end, as I said, that quality of your work matters. But I'm observing. I'm saying not for all. Many students are not using LaTeX software that I can really see here. And when I'm correcting your experiments, I have mentioned in the comments also, in the feedback also. Even though I have checked it, I have mentioned in the comment part that your document is not formatted properly. So the not formatted properly, I could clearly see that that is not using LaTeX software. And for many students, I have written this comment. If you can see on the Moodle, your submitted graded assignment. Next very important part is all the experiments that you submitted on LaTeX are graded. अगर आपका ungraded है, that means it is having some mistake. So please change it. Change your document. जो भी आपके mistakes है वो rectify करो, update करो and upload your new document there. Even though I'm telling this repeatedly, many students are submitting their doc files. They're not submitting the LaTeX का PDF file. Why? I don't know. Maybe they are not listening to me or they have decided not to follow the instructions given. So their assignments, their experiments are ungraded. That will remain ungraded only. I have mentioned in the comment part for them also in the feedback part. Others, please go and check whether your experiment is graded or not. If not graded, there are mistakes which I have mentioned in the feedback. रीड करो, वो रीड करने के बाद भी अगर समझ में नहीं आता है तो इन टुमारोज लेक्चर यू कैन आस्क मी. आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग एटलीस्ट इन नेक्स्ट 8 days you will be submitting the uploaded document. Next thing, those who got 4 marks, they are going to submit this experiment number 5 handwritten copy because I gave you clear warning. And after 5 also, experiment number 5 onwards, if I am going to find any multiple copies for 5, then you will get 4 marks for remaining students also, and you will also submit handwritten copy. So the original authors, please take care. If you don't want to start writing, submitting handwritten copies, don't share your experiment with your beloved friends. It is happening that your intention might be very good or clear to help your friend, but your friends are putting you in trouble. So don't share, else you be ready to get 4 marks and you also start submitting handwritten copies. I hope my instructions are very clear. If any doubt, please ask me. I'm putting the attendance link in the chat box. Please mark your attendance.